True story. Until I was the age of 16, I didn't believe that women pooped.
Oh my God! Yes! Thank you!
Yeah! Tell me about it! You know, I know everybody except for him is saying, I don't believe you, but it's true. I just didn't think that women could do that. And it wasn't until I got my first girlfriend that she was like, well, where do you think the food goes, dummy? So, I'm at an age now where I have come to view poop and the act of pooping as a pivotal part in every relationship. You know, when you start a new relationship, you're all goo-goo-eyed, you're all in love, you know, every gesture means so much, but there comes the time where you're just hanging around at her place and you're just like, yeah, I gotta drop a deuce. And the question comes up, you know, am I gonna do this around this person? And the other person pretends that it's all right and everything, but at the same time, you know, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, that person produces shit like that? You know, I can think of 2 relationships that I've had where poop was the tipping point. And in one case, it actually broke us up. The first one, my lady friend had just graduated from college. And she was moving in with my roommate, James, and I. You know, her parents moved her in on a Saturday, and you know, we were all goo-goo-eyed and very much in love and very much like enjoying our love nest and everything else. So the next morning's a Sunday, and you know, I'm kind of plum-tuckered, you know, being up all night, making passionate love, having intense conversations and everything else. You know, to the point where I don't even notice that she's not there. I come out and James is sitting at the kitchen table though, and he's sitting there smirking. And I was like, hey, any idea where Erin went? And he says, I don't know where she went, but I have a pretty good idea of why she went. It seems that morning Erin had been in the bathroom for quite a long time, and immediately left in a panic. James went in after a couple minutes, and to quote him, I thought she dropped an eggplant in the toilet. You know, he and I sat around laughing for like hours and everything about the eggplant in the toilet. But, you know, we're of the opinion that unless a monkey's throwing it at you, poop is pretty damn funny. She comes back, though, and, you know, she goes immediately into the bedroom. And she's just in a panic. Her eyes are all red. She's breathing all heavy. And I go in there, and I'm just like, oh, it's okay, baby, it's okay. We'll get through this, we'll get through this. And, you know, I have no idea why, but we didn't have a plunger. You know, I don't know if James's ex-girlfriend, who had just moved out like a couple weeks before, like thought it was like an ancestral thing that they hand down from generation to generation in the family or whatever, but we didn't have a plunger. So I said, it's all right, we'll figure something out. You know, we will get through this. We will survive. And at this point, she's just apoplectic. Like, she is hyperventilating. She is in full panic attack mode. And she is just like, you must do something. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. So this Boy Scout figured out a solution. But let's just say there was a wire coat hanger that hung its last shirt that day. You know, we got through that, but it took her months to look James in the face. And, you know, after the dissolution of the relationship with Pooper number 1, I decided I believe in fairy tales, you know. I can move to Seattle and live with a woman I haven't seen for 5 years and along with her 5-year-old son. And, yeah, this is going to work out great. So I come out to Seattle. You know, first Sunday I'm there. I wake up, make myself a strong cup of coffee, and my gut starts gurgling. And I'm just like, okay, I got to take some action here. So they're sleeping in the bedroom right next to the bathroom, both her son and her. So I quietly walk into the bathroom, put the seat down, drop my trowel, gingerly put my butt down, and BAM! It's like a volcano. And I swear, I can still hear that fucker D'Angelo on the other side of that wall laughing his ass off. So we have the conversation the next day, of course, you know, that maybe we should have thought about this, you know, maybe we should have talked about this before you moved out. But I realized, you know, we weren't going to make it past the shitty stage of the relationship. And it just goes to show you, it's not necessarily about the breadth of your love, but it's about how much shit you can tolerate. Thank you.